Okay, we have officially arrived in Bruges. I would highly recommend, if you are taking a cruise here, to use the tour bus to get into the city as opposed to a taxi. It was about a 25-minute ride, and I don't think any taxi would have actually taken us as far as this bus actually did. So highly recommend. I think it's called Cruise Express or something like that. But I'm pretty sure we're just entering the actual city limit. It's gonna flip it around so you can also see where we are. It's very cute so far. When we got to the actual sea terminal, so apparently there are two Bruges. There's the normal Bruges, and then there's Sea Bruges, SEA Bruges, which is the port that we entered. Oh yeah, we're definitely here now. Just gotta try to figure out exactly where to go.
I think we continue straight.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
There's nothing that says center anymore, but it says market.
There are a lot of bike paths everywhere. We gotta definitely make sure that we watch out where we're walking.
Oh, definitely. Oh, this is some pretty ducks.
Let me make sure I actually have the loop on my hand so I'm not... Very cute. I've heard so much over the years about Bruges. Of course, never been here before, so this is my first time. Very happy to be here. Oh wow, okay. You know, the sad part is I was looking at the screen for the steps as opposed to just looking down in real life. Okay. Incredibly pretty here. And a lot of things are written in 3 languages as well. I get all the German, I get all the French, but the Dutch stuff is kind of throwing me off, but I think we'll be pretty fine. Yep, here we go.
Now we have a choice to make.
Left or right? I think I feel
like left is a good one.
I'm fine with both. I assume it'll kind of slightly loop us around at some point as well, so we can get back to it. This looks like old towny. I think all of it's gonna be.
Pretty sure the center of the old town is somewhere right on top of us.
Okay. I saw a lot of castles further on. Oh, this is incredibly picturesque. It's very weird. A lot of the other cities that we visited so far, mainly one of them, let's not lie, it was Southampton. We were expecting to kind of look very old-timey. When you looked at the articles that we got on the actual cruise, they were showing what the town would look like, and it looked nothing like it, absolutely nothing like it. But this looks like proper historic. Everything is so nice here. This way?
Mm-hmm. We're still just ever so slightly out of the city center. After this little island, it looks like it becomes like the city.
Okay.
So somewhere in front of us there is another bridge. And once we cross that.
So if you're seeing all the shaking in the camera, we're walking on uneven ground.
Can we go through here? Yes.
Yeah, I saw the other couple go through there. This is so cute. Look at these little freaking buildings. My gosh, these are adorable. What else is most?
Have that top window on the front where you could lower things down and pull them up.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, it looks like we're about to enter something. A lot of places for sale as well. A lot of places for sale.
Arsenalstraße. I think that was the one that takes us kind of into... Yeah, if we go right on Arsenalstraße,
okay.
It takes us, I think, right into the historic city center. And then another 2 or 3 blocks and we're on one of the main streets. So we go here.
Okay. won't lie, I'm trying so hard not to record every single thing, but every single little canal looks so cute. Every single little, even this little restaurant right here. It's called One Restaurant. It's so tiny.
People are taking like photos.
Yeah, it's so crazy. I wonder how old all of these buildings are. This is definitely, I feel like, you know, was there a United States when these were created? Wow, look at these right here. The brickwork on it. Also like the general uniformity of it as well. It's not like tons of new builds thrown into the center of it. And I know a lot of this stuff won't even fascinate Europeans, but if you're an American watching this is definitely, it's just so pretty. There's no real or very few historic buildings in America anymore. They've all been destroyed. Even if you look at like the history of Philadelphia, New York, I mean a lot of northern cities, especially like Chicago and stuff like that as well, they were all destroyed, and all the buildings in the 60s and 70s were made, and those began to fall apart in the 90s, so they destroyed those, and now it's just a whole bunch of glass towers and metal towers everywhere that, you know, they look nice, but in 20 years are also going to be destroyed again. I don't know if you can see how intricate the brickwork actually is. And we're going to get hit by a car. Of course, I don't leave the street, it's just like barreling towards me. Super, super nice. Still trying to figure out how to get to like the city center where you can find like all the shops and stuff like that, but pretty.
It's this very next street.
Okay.
We go left, and then we walk towards the Diamond Museum and the Academy, and there's multiple hotels.
The Diamond Museum.
And I see a bunch of restaurants coming up.
Okay.
Yeah.
For once, I'm not even hungry. I had so many, for those of you, I mean, maybe I showed in one video the breakfast I was having. They have pancakes on board, but they're like, not silver dollar pancakes, like slightly bigger than that. And I had like 20 or something like that, with the, I guess the equivalent of like 6 scrambled eggs, so, oh, and bacon and sausage, so I'm not even slightly hungry at this point. Very, very nice. Wow. Okay. That is, did you hear that? How weird that bird sounded? 1683.
Let me just take a photo of this now.
I think this is a church. It says God's house. Even the entrance, my gosh. You know what this reminds me of a bit? This reminds me of Prague. Some of the little like backside streets with the doorways. Wow. I think so. Definitely some kind of old store. I mean like hyper picturesque. This is a crazy city. 1572. It's definitely...
Owned by the National Lottery.
Really? Love it.
National Lottery.
It's a national lottery building. They deserve it at that point.
In some European countries, the National Lottery is actually designed to raise money to invest in like safekeeping historical buildings and stuff.
Ah.
So the National Lottery Fund might have bought these historical buildings up to safekeep them.
That's crazy. I love stuff like that though. I feel like that should be happening everywhere. Like why destroy the old buildings? It's also very nice. Yeah, I think it's Eat House.
Yeah.
Eat House. And I'm pretty sure like we're also even pronouncing it completely wrong as well.
Probably just Etus.
Mm-hmm. A little beer shop. My gosh.
It's chocolate beer.
Some of these are like 15 euros. I guess they're like very old or something. Yeah, we have definitely arrived. All of that is straight ahead.
I think that's the Carrefour Express, but we want to get this as a water, yeah.
Okay, we have definitely made it to the city center. Just got some... Ooh, is this a comic shop?
Yeah.
I kind of want to look inside, but I feel like they won't have the stuff that I want or need.
It's like 5 hours here, let's go inside.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go inside. If you've ever watched the other channel, I love collecting comics, and I'm pretty sure they have some old stuff inside there. Also, the battery on this is like really close to dying, so if you see the quality of it switch, that's because I had to switch to my phone. There's chocolate stuff everywhere, every single place that we go to. It all looks really good. I'm not gonna buy any, but I thought it said homemade soap, homemade in the shop. This is the one right across the street. Wow, look at these.
Those eggs are so pretty.
It smells incredible. My gosh. Let's do it. Okay, gonna put my mask on first. Okay, put my mask on now so I can actually walk into the shop. Even though I see a lot of people without a mask. There's a lot of this as well. Pieces of fruit stuck inside of it. But yeah. Wow.
Between 18 and 20 euros.
And they look so nice as well. Gotta figure out how to get by.
Zij hebben misschien mooie dingen. Ze hebben misschien mooie dingen.
Oh, look at these.
Some of these eggs are speculoos.
Okay.
You can mix them as your own.
That's dangerous to tell me. I love speculoos. If you've never had speculoos before, it's kind of like graham crackers almost, but like liquefied, similar to Nutella. Wow, look at this. It's like a nuts and bolt, but in the form of chocolate. Keys. Oh boy, I think the camera's about to give out. Okay, so my camera definitely died, and I had to switch to my phone. I don't know what any of this is. I mean, I know it says coffee, but what kind of chocolate is it? Doesn't even look like chocolate anymore. Marzipan. The workers in the back. The whole place smells incredible. Gigantic bunny. I kind of want to get... This one looks really good, the red fruit one. Raspberry and chocolate. Amaretto. You know, the macarons. I think I might actually get some macarons.
They're cheaper than they are in Paris.
Yeah, they're a lot cheaper here.
Usually they're like 250 euros.
No. I don't know exactly what kind. Did we order from here or from there? Because I remember seeing somebody was here before.
I think if you stand here, then they maybe clear you like standing. Then...
Okay. So definitely had to pick up something from there. We're going to try and find a little cafe in a bit to be able to actually eat them and also have some tea. The chocolate places everywhere, but it's totally understandable. Super, super nice workers here in the city as well. Not that I was expecting anybody to be rude or mean or evil, but
Seems like a city where people are happy.
yeah, it definitely. I meant to record as well when we went to the supermarket to go get some water. The craziest thing, all these people were inside of it, but they left their bags like outside of the store. I mean, like literally just outside the store. And when they left, they came and picked them back up and kind of walked away as if, you know, the fear of anybody picking up your bags and taking them just isn't a thing here. Oh, they have a tea room. We might try that later. So pretty. Another chocolate shop, my goodness. This is very nice. Look at this. Wow. I have to make sure not to trip looking at everything. This is amazing. It's almost like mini Amsterdam, but this is a lot more... Yeah, relax is definitely the word. A lot more quaint. It's very pretty. Ready for the people to take a photo? Perfect. Got your photos? City is just mainly sugar, I think. It's the main ingredient. This might be, so far, the best place that we visited. We're just talking about how the first port of call was, it wasn't bad, you know, it wasn't terrible. The place from yesterday was absolutely beautiful, but this by far, I mean, this is just completely quaint. It's a very it doesn't seem like a gigantic city, but it's so calm and so peaceful. Try and walk along the water a little bit. Not sure how many people live here, but I would assume that they're all happy. Oh my gosh.
The map of the city is portrayed.
Can you see it? It's all just fabric for the map of the city. That is incredible. I would have never, it's funny, I would have never even noticed that. I noticed that it was a map, but I didn't even see that it was just made of fabric.
Because I think that's one of the things that they produce here is curtains, like those fancy crocheted.
Ah.
We walked by a building earlier that had a curtain and the motif was Brugge.
Wow.
Also clearly a very cultural city. We just walked by, I think, 4 museums back to back.
Mm-hmm. A lot of museums, there's a lot of churches, a lot of like bookshops as well, and a lot of places to buy chocolate. Also tea houses as well. looking for a cafe, but I think we stumbled upon this like book festival that's been going on. Look at this building. $18.35 the Apotheker. Ah, they still use the old. Let's see if I can get close enough without getting hit by these bikes.
And then the motorbike.
Another horse is coming. They still use the old glass bottles. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can see them. That's wild that they still keep their medicine in those. Is this like also the original deed from them? It's 1873. That is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Found the street is just full of chocolate shops. There's also like another Belgian waffle shop. I think we are definitely in the, or very close to near the city center. There's a lot of tourists now.
You can even get hot chocolates here topped with waffles.
That sounds ridiculous. Delicious, but it sounds gluttonous. This looks like Parliament or something like that, or something very official. Oh, well, okay, yeah.
European flag.
This is definitely something. Look at this.
Beautiful people.
All right. Yeah, if we can get tea here, let's definitely do that. These buildings, my gosh.
If you're up for it, I'd even like to sit outside. It's nice.
Let's do it.
There's a little breeze, but it's warm enough.
It's supposed to be getting warmer as the day goes on. When we left the ship, it was 8 degrees. It said during the day it would rise to like 14, but then around 15 o'clock it would be around like 17 degrees, so not too bad at all. Ah, this is where the horses were coming from. These buildings are incredible. Look at the one all the way in the back there.
Yeah, this really feels like Prague, like you mentioned earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Like the city square where there's like the clock and stuff looks exactly like this.
But even this, I mean, don't hate me, people watching, but this feels nicer than Prague. Prague has a very similar feeling. It also feels like a mini Paris. But Prague feels like slightly restrictive and like there's maybe only like a 5x5 street area where like it's actually old towny. And I mean, everywhere we've walked so far in Bruges has been, I mean, super old and historical. Not that Prague is a bad city because it's also super inexpensive, but I like taking video of people who are standing still as they're taking photos. I find it really funny that we have to like pause and just not move as someone is taking a photo of us. Yeah, I think this building right in front of us has like a little tea shop thing, restaurant, cafe kind of feeling. I'm gonna try and get some tea inside there and then taste the macarons that we got. Okay, we found a tea place. We're going to enjoy the macarons that we got. I don't remember what flavors these are by any means. I know one of them is a champagne, one is strawberry, one is apple cinnamon, one is, oh gosh, tiramisu, chocolate something. I don't know what the purple one is. They explained it to us. It's something that's from this country. It's called like Tador, Mador.
It's a kind of berry mousse.
Berry mousse,
or berry
okay.
jelly.
It looks absolutely delicious, and he got the hot chocolate that he has to do the chocolate first, and then the milk, and then he has to put more chocolate, and then more milk, and then he has to keep stirring it, or else the chocolate will fall to the bottom like the guy said. So we're gonna enjoy. Just got done at the cafe. The macarons were absolutely delicious. I thought it would be a little bit weird if I made a video of us eating them, like chomping away, but they were incredible. Every single street is super cute. We're just walking a little bit through the city now. We're in the very, very city center, trying to loop around towards the north of the city, see what else we can find around there. Have we been here for like 2 hours already or something, or like an hour and a half, or? Time has flown by. This is by far. Do not want to knock over that man's ladder. By far the nicest city that we've been to so far on this trip. Everything has been absolutely gorgeous. Super nice. Everyone's been very, very friendly. Very happy that we came here. It's also interesting because a lot of times, I think left here? A lot of times, before you get off the ship, or the other times, they were asking us, like, did we even want to leave the ship? Because a lot of people end up staying on it, but I guess everyone has their own reasoning as to why, but I think I would have been incredibly disappointed if we had just stayed on the ship and not come here at all. And I think everyone has their own reasoning. That's just how life is. Just found a little canal. I'm completely impressed by this city. Absolutely. Nothing here, and I don't want to say the word ugly. Everything has been super. Wow, he just swung around that corner. Jeez Louise. Wait till he drives by. And he's swinging this way. All right, sir, cool it down. Tiny city. We're at all. Should we cross the bridge and then go around the other side? Yeah. I mean, okay. Trying not to get hit by a car at this point. Jeez Louise. Everything here has been beautiful. Every single thing. I am so shocked. Every building, super beautiful. The architecture here is out of this world. It reminds us very much of Amsterdam. I mean, to a T, except it's a lot more quiet, a lot fewer shops.
Actually, maybe if we don't cross, because that looks like a small.
Okay. But this is great. Very happy that we came here. It has a very different feeling than so many places that we've been, but it's incredibly relaxed. Like, nothing thus far has been stressful, except for that one guy who just almost, swung around the corner and hit like 9 people. Over exaggerating. But this is definitely right. This is definitely a I'm older and want to relax kind of city, because you can even see as we're going by, everything that we pass by is completely residential. You'll find certain parts that maybe have a shop beneath it, or even some of the other streets we were walking on, but everything thus far has just been living, and there's not a lot to do. There's nothing to, not that I'm even like dying to buy something, but I would like some other form of entertainment. I haven't seen any theaters, no operas, no movie theaters, no I don't know, can't really explain it. But however, this is now a top contender for when I'm like 75 years old. Watch out. So I would definitely want to move back to the city. Just kind of leisurely relax and just hang out all day. Super pretty. Also, the streets are really empty. It's kind of weird. Made it back to a main street. This one seems to be a little more bougie than the rest. A lot of the stores we've walked by have been like gold and diamonds and jewels and Versace and whatnot. I want to actually check the prices of stuff here. This is actually perfect. I wanted to see how much the houses cost. Okay, 490,000. That's 179 meters square. That's not too bad. 420,600 meters square. That's like, no, that's no. What is that? And that's like 6,000 square feet, I think, for this one. 120 meters squared, 1,200 square feet. 485. I don't know if real estate prices excite everybody else, but I love real estate.
way lower than I thought.
The prices here are not expensive
Look at this place.
at all.
Beautiful building, 89 square meter.
700 a month.
30 more. I'm not sure what the others
Wow.
are for. Maybe that's a basement.
1,180 square feet.
2 bedrooms, 700 a month.
That is not bad at all.
And that looks beautiful. It also looks like it might be central.
820 a month.
Yeah, there's an Yves Rocher right next to it, so it has to be central.
It's not bad at all. I love looking at real estate stuff.
The city is definitely less expensive than I thought.
Yeah. I was expecting maybe 3 times the prices, especially for buying stuff here, because everything is so beautiful. I mean, maybe to people living here, it's not beautiful. Maybe they're just kind of used to it. But this is like classic, proper European architecture that you think of when you want to like buy something when you come to Europe. So I don't think we made it to this actual square before. There's like a gigantic book festival or something that's happening. At least the signs up here, you can see right there. It says Young Book Festival. So we haven't been here yet. We're walking through tons of tiny little streets going towards the north of the city before. And tons of a lot of linen shops as well. A lot of things with like linen. All right, so this looks like the proper city center. There's a gigantic square. It doesn't look like, it's not a literal square, but you understand what I'm saying. And everything seems to be here. Tons of like really big cafes, gigantic hotels, also like a very touristy hotspot. Yeah, I'm really surprised by this city. I heard about this for a very long time, and I think the only thing that may stand up to it is Rotterdam, which people have told me for a very long time is also supposed to be a beautiful city. But this one completely caught me off guard because I was expecting it to be ugly. I didn't think it would be this charming, this quaint, it's absolutely beautiful. For a second to get some mussels. I smelled them as we were walking down the street. And some fries. Very excited to eat this. Alrighty, we're gonna head back to the ship now. Found this super beautiful old building. I think if I can read that correctly, the thing behind me on the little blue thing that's right above my head. I think this is the old city gates or something like that, the old city center. I think that's what it is. This has been great, absolutely wonderful. Loved every single part of this. I'm very glad that not only did we come on the trip, but also that we decided to leave the ship, as I mentioned earlier. Gonna end the video here. We're heading back to the ship now. We have about an hour, 2 hours maybe before we depart again. Actually set back onto sea. Tomorrow is Rotterdam, if I'm not mistaken, so very excited for that. Yeah, very, very pretty city. If you haven't been here, you have to go because it's not expensive, it's very friendly, it's very quaint. Yeah.